no numbers, there's no pictures, there's no videos, there's no gameplay. I don't like it.
Yo, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Today, I got a special video for you guys. We're going to be doing a video today that I don't think any Palian content creator has done before. Today, we are going to be doing the ultimate Palia villager tier list. Dude, I'm so excited for this. I think it's the perfect time to do this because, you know, I don't know all the villagers, obviously. I haven't talked to every single one of them, but like I know a few and I know their vibe, and I want to rank them on a tier list from S to F. I want to see where they fall in line, and some of you might disagree with my choices, some of you might not. You know, we'll see what happens, but I think my choices are going to be pretty clear. So, in order to do that today, we're going to be going through, not only are we going to be doing the tier list, I'm going to be going through a whole villager introduction guide, and it's going to tell me everything I need to know about the villagers of Palia. You know, stuff I may not know, stuff I may need to learn from them, but overall, I think we're going to have a really good experience with this. So, why don't we just go ahead and dive on into it? Okay, so what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be going through this website, which is called Unpause Asia. So, brought to you by Unpause Asia. This is definitely a sponsored video, but they have a perfect introduction guide here to the villagers of Palia, and what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be going over villagers in order. So we got the Palia villagers here in order. There's a lot of them. There's also, I don't know what this is. Is there going to be a villager here? Do they know something I don't? Anyway, the first villager we are going to be ranking on the tier list is, of course, Ashura. So, Ashura, older adult, tells great stories, runs the Ormuz Horn Inn, regularly visits the Remembrance Garden. His broom is actually a repurposed sword. Cool. Only one in town willing to take a chance on the disreputable cook. Won't be upset if you get him a bad gift. He will simply be disappointed. You gotta try harder with him. Innkeeper of the Ormuz Horn, Ashura helps everyone settle in when they first arrive in Palia. You will find him either at the inn or at the Remembrance Garden. Stop by the inn to learn more about him and why some villagers call him the village dad. He seems to like the air personality better than the fire ones. Personality, air. Age, older adult. Culture, elf. Relationships, chain, close friend. Sifu, close friend. Zeki, friend. Gender, male. Occupation, tavern proprietor. Now, what I'm going to be using for this tier list is not the tier list site, because why would I do that? That's lazy work. I did this myself. Yeah, that's right. I'm a graphic designer. Yeah? Yeah? Would you got a problem with me? But we are actually going to be using a site I use on the regular called Canva. It's how I make all my thumbnails. It's how I do a lot of my work, which is very cool. So, yeah, let's go ahead and use Canva, but we got all the villagers' images here. All I gotta do is drag them to where I'm gonna be placing villagers. So since we started with the Ashura, that's where we are gonna be starting. And personally, for me, I'm gonna slowly anticipate where I'm putting him. Oh, he's climbing. He's climbing the list. A tier. A tier. Ashura is an A tier for me. Now, you're probably wondering why. Well, for starters, I do like Ashura's vibe. There's a lot I like about Ashura. Obviously, village dad. He also is he seems to be a veteran, like he's gone through the times. He's just a really cool dude, man. He's just a good guy. I really like him. I really do. The one thing I like about Ashura the most, not only is he a village dad, right? But like, this is actually really funny. If you go to Ashura sometimes and I don't know when, if you go to him like right as he's about to wake up, or like right when he's sleeping, he does push-ups in the morning. Fun fact, he does push-ups in the morning, and sometimes I see him doing push-ups and I'm like, dog, you really did it. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, he does push-ups in the morning. I think it's the funniest thing. So he is at A tier for me. He's a really cool dude. Anyway, moving on. Next up, we got Ani. So Ani, age child, big fan of humans. Big fan. delivers the mail in the village, so he's like a postmaster, claims he can outrun anyone, doubt, not the best at keeping secrets. Ani is a fiery young villager full of stories and spunk. When not delivering mail to the people around town, Ani can be found catching bugs or finding new adventures in a good book. He is the bug catching skill master. This is where you would get your bug catching related items. Age, child, culture, elf, relationships, Badru, father, Delilah, mother, Nio, brother, gender, male, occupation, mail carrier. So, that's Ani. All right, so getting on to rating Ani. Now, Ani's not my favorite villager. Not my favorite. Mainly because, I don't know, I don't talk to him a lot. I don't think I've talked to him since the intro quest into getting into Palia, into Galima Village. And I don't know, there's something about him that just like, you know, I have a voice for him. I don't know if you guys heard it, but the voice goes like this. You want to see my bug collection? You know? So that's kind of my voice for Ani. I'm just like, well, he's kind of that nerd who likes bugs. And, you know, I feel like Ani sticks best in, for me personally, oh god, dude, people are gonna hate me. For me, Ani's kind of like, he fits perfectly in E for me. He's kind of an E type of guy, you know. I'm just like, I'm not about his vibe. He just, I don't know. Ani's he's Ani, you know. He's okay. He's Ani's an eh. You know, that's what E stands for. Keep that in mind. All right, moving on. All right, next on the agenda, Badru. So Badru is an adult, father of Ani. Bad luck seems to find him far too often. Tells great dad jokes, or awful, depending on how you look at it. Runs the produce side of the local family farm. A farmer and a father, Badru is a friendly face who loves a good pun, great music, and sharing gardening tips. If you see him around, be sure to say hey. Age, adult, culture, elf. Relationships, Delilah, wife, Ani, son, Nio, son. Gender, male, marital status, married. Occupation, farmer. All right. All right. So, where do I rate Badru? I know. You're probably like, why? Why, Kyle? Why is he an F? Why? Automatically. Well, you know, Badru, I used to like him. I used to like him a lot. I used to. I have a grudge against this guy now. For reasons like he keeps raising the price on soil every time I buy it. Now, Badru, I've mentioned this before, but he sent me some mail, and he was like, hey, did you hear Zeki's doing some inflation? And I'm like, you know, that's kind of funny, because, you know, I recall you doing the same thing. He hasn't replied back since to me. Yeah, he hasn't sent me any mail since. That's kind of crazy. Not only that, but his puns tend to get annoying. I'm just like, all right, dude, all right, you need to calm down. So he's an F tier because of that, because he needs to stop raising the price on soil, okay? Needs to stop, absolutely needs to stop happening. He also needs to stop with the puns. They're not funny anymore. They haven't been funny for a while. Come on, Badru, come on. Yeah, he and Ani are right next to each other. Hey, like father, like son, am I right? You know, F for fail and E for eh, you know? It is what it is. A for awesome. You know, we'll figure out these little acronyms here. But anyway, moving on. Up next, we got Calorie. Calorie? Let's go with it. Calorie. Calorie, adult. Eloise's twin sister. Values those who value knowledge. Mistrustful at first, but also reliable. Age, adult. There is no other info on her other than that, which there's been a description for each of them so far. Not for her. Age, adult, culture, elf, relationships, Eloisa, twin sister, gender, female, occupation, librarian. All right. So I don't really know Calorie all that much. You know, she's a librarian. I like reading a good book. However, I have barely talked to her. I know I've talked to her before, but like, literally there is no like, there's no connection. I don't really know her too much. Unfortunately, we're gonna go with man, where do I put Calorie? I don't really know. I feel like there's not too much I know about her. Even after reading that little blurb, like, again, there's not a lot of villagers I've actually talked to in game, but I think for the most part, Calorie is probably gonna sit at like It's in between here, dude. I don't know where to put her. I don't. I feel like we're gonna go with F, just because there's not too much character that's listed on her. I feel like the only thing is like she's smart. She's twin sisters to Eloisa, and she's a librarian. That's it. Like, it's not too much to go off of. I'm just like, no. Yeah, that's F tier for me. That's F tier for me. Anyway, moving on. Cool. We're on to Shane. Shane? We're gonna go with Shane. Shane, adult, genuinely tries to see the good in others, loves to study the stars at night, is responsible for guiding the villagers through birth and death. Wow. Shane and Ashura are longtime friends, which is especially a unique bond, but Shane is a Shep of Hassian and Sifu, which is a whole different kind of bond. Shep is a Majiri word with a similar meaning to mentor. Okay. Joining a village is a rite of passage in Majiri society. In order to do so, certain tasks must be completed, and you must find a Shep, who officially sponsors you joining a community. Okay. A Shep is responsible for teaching new villagers the ways of the village. Perhaps someday you'll need to seek out a Shep that can help you find your path to acceptance into Kalima. Age, adult. Culture, elf. Relationships, Ashura, close friend. Hassian, Shep. Sifu, Shep. Gender, male. Huh. The more you know, man. I didn't know what Shep actually meant, and now I know. That's what the Sheps are in the Palian community. Cool. All right. So, for me, even though I've only talked to Shane like once, I do feel like Shane, after reading his description, I feel like I know him more now. Like, I barely talked to him in game, but I do feel like I know him a lot more now. So we're gonna go ahead and place him in B tier. I think, like, you know, I haven't talked to him too much, so he doesn't place where Ashura is. But I see him walking around the village a lot, and to know that he's like a Zen dude and like he's super chill, and he's sort of like the mentor. He's a mentor, and he's close friends with Ashura. I feel like he places perfectly in B tier. All right, let's get on to the next one. Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City? I'm kidding. All right, so Delilah is adult, married to Badru, mother of Ani and Nayo. Fiercely devoted to her family, stubborn but generous to a fault, sees every day as a new opportunity, no matter how hard the last one was. Age, adult. Culture, elf. Relationships, Badru, husband. Ani, son. Nayo, son. Gender, female. Marital status, married. All right. Okay, so I have not talked to Delilah, like, at all, but I do think she, for me, is not really, like, it doesn't interest me too much as a villager. For me, personally, I think I'm going to put her next to Ani. She's, not that interesting. She's about, like, you know, I'm pretty sure, like, you know, there's going to be, like, the family tree is going to stay closely together, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, on to the next one. Einar, romanceable. Einar, culture, Gollum, age 3,000 plus. He an old man. Runs the fishing shack, talks about oneness a lot. We love the oneness around here. Collects shiny objects, thinks pebbles are an acceptable gift. An ancient being of mysterious origins, Einar knows much and says little. While usually quite solemn, he speaks of fishing or his pebble collection with curious delight. He is the fishing skill master. Age, over 3,000 years. Culture, Gollum. Relationships, Eloisa. Okay, friends. Marital status, single, romanceable. Occupation, fishing skill master. All right. Okay, so if you've been watching my streams of Palia, which you might not have, that's fine, but I have actually been very close with Einar, and I have been getting very friendly with Einar. We're probably going to be best buds, okay? But for me, Einar, his personality, everything about him, he's just a cool little robot guy, pretty cool Gollum guy. Personally, I'm going to put him at S tier. He is like one of my favorite villagers out of everyone in the village. I vibe with him more. We are vibing together. He's just a really cool guy. I like him a lot. I really, really do. He's all about his pebbles, and I always give him to him when he wants them. So yeah, me and Einar, we vibing hard. So yeah. Eloisa, all right. Adult, studies the ruins for signs of unusual activity, has an incredibly active imagination, has no shortage of theories on pretty much everything, rarely seen in the same location as her twin sister, the librarian. Eloisa is an elf that studies the ruins for signs of unusual activity. She has an incredibly active imagination, has no shortage of theories on pretty much everything, rarely seen in the same location as her twin sister, the librarian. Age, adult, culture, elf, Kaleri, twin sister, and Calorie, twin sister, and Einar, friends. Gender, female. All right. Now, again, this is a similar situation with the librarian. I don't know too much about her. I haven't talked to her that much. I think personally, there is a little bit more interesting stuff with her in terms of like that she discovers, like, she's pretty much like Gina. She likes to do the unusual activity. So for me, I'm actually gonna place her in D. I think like there is some interest to her, more interest than these four combined. I think there's a lot of interest there, and I think she might be a very interesting character to learn more about, and I might learn more about her because she sounds like she's into theories. So that's gonna be Eloisa. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay, and next up we got Eshe, or Eshe. I'm going with Eshe. Elder, age elder, born into the elite governing class, frenemies with the Duchess, magistrate for the village, unhappily married to the mayor. Oh, okay. Eshe is an elf in Palia, born into the elite governing class. She is frenemies with the Duchess. She lives in the manor and is married to the mayor of a village where she is the magistrate. Age elder, culture elf, relationships Ken Lee, husband, Kenyatta, daughter, gender female, marital status married, occupation magistrate. All right. So this is going to be very easy. I have talked to Eshe quite a bit. I kind of really know her, even though I haven't talked to her too much. I feel like I know her a lot. And, personally, yeah, that's where she's staying. And, I think it's gonna, I'll explain it when we get to Kenyatta, but Eshe I don't like too much. I think she's too snobby. She's way too snobby. She's basically just like this. She's like, oh, yeah, I have fancy silverware and you don't. Oh, yeah, I don't know what that voice was, but yeah, she's kind of snobby. I don't like her, but I'll explain more when we get to Kenyatta. But anyway, let's get on to the next one. All right, Hassian, romanceable. Hassian, young adult, helps his mother craft armor, protective of the things he loves, often found brooding at the pier, hunts in the woods with Tao. This is Tao. He is a very good boy. Mysterious and brooding, Hassian is an expert hunter and tracker, relying on his loyal dog Tao as his favorite companion. If Hassian warms up to you, he may teach you the tricks of his trade. He is the hunting skill master. Age, young adult, culture, elf, relationships, Shane, Shep, Sifu, mother, Tamala, former lovers? Oh boy, I didn't know that. Well, that's gonna influence my decision with Tamala. Goodness me. Gender, male, marital status, single, romanceable, occupation, hunter and tracker, hunting skill, master. All right, let's do it up. So now that I know a little bit more about Hassian, I think my perception of him is pretty much clear. My decision is final. Okay. Now Hassian, for me, I don't think he's interesting. He's kind of a lone wolf. But I am going to place him. It's gonna be a little odd. I think I'm gonna place him in. Oh, I'm gonna be a bit generous, just a bit. Nothing crazy. He's going in E. Now you're probably thinking, well, why? Well, because for me, Hassian is he emo sad boy. I don't vibe with that. I'm not. Should I place him in D just to be a little bit more generous? Well, You know what? Just to be a little generous, we'll place him in D. I feel like he's okay. He's a lone wolf. The fact that he's been with Tamala, that's that's something crazy. But I'll be a little generous to put him in D. I don't like him too much. He's an emo sad boy who's a lone wolf, and he's like, I don't know, he's super dramatic. So hey, D for dramatic. There you go. D for dramatic. How about that? But yeah, that's my choice for Hassian. Let's get on to the next one. Next up, Hekla. Hekla, culture golem, age over 3,000. Gina's constant companion, has strong maternal instincts, found alone in the human ruins, can be heard singing old human lullabies. One of the first pairs of friends you meet is Gina and Hekla, who help you get your footing after you emerge as one of the mysterious humans who surprisingly appear in Kalima Village one fateful day. Gina found Hekla one day among the ancient ruins that are scattered around Kalima Village, and Hekla hasn't left her side yet. Age over 3,000 years. Culture golem. Relationships Gina. Companion. All right, let's do it up. All right, so Hekla. So I do have a little bit of an issue with Hekla. It's different from Einar. So like Hekla to Einar, they're very different golems. Very, very different. The thing I don't like about Hekla is not her own person, if that makes sense. I know, like, not person, but like not her own being, you know? I feel like she's so attached to Gina that she doesn't have her own purpose. And if her purpose is only being with Gina, I mean, okay, but like, I don't know. I feel like Einar's more independent than she is, and I think Hekla, for me personally, I do like that she is a golem, but I think Hekla is going to go into C tier. I think Hekla needs more story of her own, like more independence and to be away from Gina. I think, like, I don't know, for me, being connected to Gina all the time is just like, why do you need to be with her all the time? So that's like my one criticism is, like, you know, there's so much mystery behind Hekla and like what she knows, but at the same time there's no independence with her character. She never departs from Gina, which is unfortunate because, you know, you never see her anywhere else other than with Gina. So yeah, that's gonna be my rating, but let's go on to the next one. Oh, Dari, more like hot Dari, am I right? But I cracked myself up. All right, Hodari. So Hodari is age adult. Najuma's father loves steak, dislikes fish. Interesting. A man of few words, Hodari is an elf who lives in Palia. He and his daughter Najuma live in Bahari Bay. Hodari is a miner and helps you upgrade your pickaxe, as well as sells recipes for a smelter needed to create the materials to build your house and various other mining-related recipes. He is the mining skill master. Age adult, culture elf, relatives Najuma father, gender male, occupation mining skill master. All right. So Hodari, I believe, rates, you know, pretty high. I think for me, Hodari is like, I wish he was romanceable. He is pretty hot, as the devs have said. You know, the devs have a thing for Hodari, which is, you know, accurate. God, those abs. Anyway, Hodari is gonna be, he's gonna be the same as Ashura. I think like they are the same rating, definitely an A rank for me. Hodari is just 10 out of 10. He's a great dad. You know, I think he's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool dude. But yeah, he rates at an A for me. So yeah, I think he's really neat. He's very cool. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Gel, romanceable, age young adult, youngest of 6. Wow. Member of the illustrious Omiata family, skilled tailor and lover of fashion, takes nightly walks to ponder his craft. Very cool. I like nightly walks on the beach. I'm single. Something in my throat. As a town tailor, Gel has a keen eye for fashion and a penchant for design. He is the youngest of 6 and a member of the illustrious Omiata family. Change up your style to shop and befriend him to learn the inspiration behind his looks. You'll find him taking nightly walks to ponder his craft. Age, young adult, culture, elf, relationships, Tish, friends, gender, male, marital status, single, romanceable, occupation, tailor. All right, let's get into it. All right, so Gel for me, I don't know him too well. I haven't talked to him too much, but I think Gel is you know, he's kind of arrogant in a way. I feel like the way he talks, he's just like, oh, you don't know my family. You don't know. He almost places with Esh, but not in the same respect. I think Gel is actually a pretty cool dude. He's you know, Nightly Walks I approve of. So I think personally he's going to place in B tier, actually. B tier. I know, crazy. You thought I was going to place him lower, didn't you? But I do like Gel's style. I do like that he's the tailor. I like the idea, like, he likes to ponder, you know, he likes to take nightly walks to ponder his craft. He has inspirations. He likes to go around the town to have inspiration. I think that's really cool. So I'm going to place him in B. Same with Shane. But, yeah, let's get on to the next one. On to Gina. Gina, romanceable. Young adult, age. An apprentice scholar at the Bahari Institute. Doing her thesis on the human reemergence. Has a golem companion, loves old books. Curious Gina is always looking to learn and discover something new. She and her companion Hecla can often be found in the ruins excavating for artifacts and clues to the past. Gina and Hecla are constant companions, which I have made a comment about, with Gina having found Hecla one day amongst the ancient ruins that are scattered around Kalima village. While we don't know a lot about Hecla's past, we do clearly see that Gina has strong maternal instincts and can be heard singing old human lullabies. They're probably a caretaker of sorts, but Gina found her, so that's probably why they're together a ton. Age, young adult, culture, elf, relationships, Hecla, companion, gender, female, marital status, single, romanceable, occupation, apprentice, scholar. Let's get into it. So Gina seems like the smartest out of everyone in Kalima, I believe. I think she's actually the smartest person, like smarter than the librarian for sure. But, you know, if we had to place her in a rating of sorts, I think it's probably going to be the same as Hecla. They're constant companions. So I think C is probably the perfect place for Gina. You know, I think, like, she's a main story character, so it makes sense for her to, I think, be placed in there, because I don't like Gina too much. You know, she's smart and all, but her being the main character, like, I see her all the time. I'm just like, you know, we can chill out for a bit, but she definitely places in C with Hecla just because of my interest for her character and the fact she's the main character and I see her a lot. So that's my rating, but let's move on to the next one. Up next, we got Ken Lee. Ken Lee, age older adult, married to Eshi, father of Kenyatta, a bumbling politician, second child of a duke, talks a lot without saying much, a people pleaser whose opinion changes easily. Age older adult, culture elf, relationships Eshe, wife, Kenyatta, daughter, gender male, marital status married, occupation mayor. All right, let's do it up. Now, I don't know Ken Lee personally. I don't think I've talked to him too much other than quests, but personally, I think I'm going to place him not an F, but an E. It's E for me, you know? I think Ken Lee's, he's an okay character, you know? He's got his quirks. He's an alright guy, but I don't think I care for him too much, honestly. I just don't. I can't, like, I have a funny accent for him that I like to do on stream, but I think, like, he's an okay dude. He alright. He alright. But anyway, that's where I place him. Let's get on to the next one. Kenyatta, romanceable. Hamana, 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 wooga. Okay, Kenyatta, romanceable. Kenyatta, young adult, age. The magistrate's daughter hasn't declared her path. Spends her free time at the stables. Loves everything her mom hates. What a rebel. Kenyatta is an elf. She is the magistrate's daughter. Ref hinted that Kenyatta and Nayo are in a secret relationship. He better not. Nayo asks you to keep it a secret because Kenyatta's mother, Eshe, would disapprove since he is outside of her family's path. Age, young adult. Culture, elf. Relationships, Eshe, mother. Kenley, father. Gender, female. Marital status, single. Romanceable. All right. Let's get into it. We're recording. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Kenyatta is S rank. Kenyatta is like, I don't know how to describe this. We're talking about a video game character here, right? But Kenyatta for me is like, dude, like, if she was a real person, I'd date her 100%. Like, I'd ask her out on a date, you know, we'd go steady. All right. Now I'm working my way on a relationship with Kenyatta in the game, but, you know, I relate to her so much because, you know, she doesn't know her path. I really don't know my path either in real life. There's also another thing we relate to, which is she, you know, during the, like, when it's nighttime, she doesn't actually sleep. She gets like 3 hours of sleep minimum. She doesn't sleep that much. Like, she'll be up at like 3 a.m. and then she'll go to bed, and then she'll wake up at like 6 in the morning. Like, me and her are the same. We don't get a lot of sleep. Like, I'm up almost all the time at night, so we relate to that on a big scale. But she is definitely S rank. She is like, we relate to a lot of things. If she was a real person again, like 100%, we'd be going steady reading books to the library. Do you know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Anyway, next one. Najuma, age teenager, an only child, a skilled tinkerer that can take apart and put together any gadget. May appear shy at first, but quite chatty about her interests, always finding creative ways to test explosives. Najuma is the daughter of Hodari and is located in Bahari Bay. She used to go mining with her father, but was told not to go after it got too dangerous. Najuma's mother was Letta, who is not around anymore. Aww. She is a skilled tinkerer that can take apart and put together any gadget. May appear shy at first, but is quite chatty about her interests. Always finds creative ways to test explosives. She is an only child. Age, teenager. Culture, elf. Gender, female. All right, let's do it up. Now, I haven't talked to Najuma much. I don't think most of us have, because Najuma's the one who builds us the glider. So for me, just because of that sheer thing, I think I'm going to put Najuma in C tier. Because, again, I don't know Najuma that well. She's a kid, kind of like Ani, but, like, again, I don't know her that well. But she did make the glider, which puts her way above Ani, like, at least a little bit above Ani, and I think, like, that's fair. I think she's a very interesting character, and I think I would like to get to know her more. But regardless, pretty cool villager. Thanks for building my glider. Appreciate it. Anyway, next. Nio, I hate you! All right, Nio, romanceable. Nio, age young adult, Ani's older brother, helps run the family farm, hopelessly romantic, of course, always sees the best in people. Age young adult, culture elf, relationships Badru, father, Delilah, mother, Ani, brother, gender male, marital status single, romanceable, occupation farmer. All right, let's get into it. I don't need to justify myself. I don't. Now, the thing is with... Oh, I forgot to mention about Kenyatta. We'll talk about both of them here, but my thing is with Eshe, there's another reason why I don't like Eshe is because Kenyatta hates Eshe, so I hate Eshe. We'll just mention that right now, but get that out of the way. Nio, again, with Kenyatta, slip off, bro. Step back, okay? She's mine. You are to go nowhere near her, all right? I am boycotting you. We're never speaking, Nio, all right? You hear me? You hear me, dog? We're not talking. We're just not. Okay? It's not happening. I don't like him because of that reason. And also because I don't talk to him at all. He seems like a jock. He seems like a Giga Chad. Like, I don't care about him. I don't. He's definitely an F tier for me just because he's trying to he better step off, dude. All right? He goes nowhere near Kenyatta. Okay, anyway, moving on. Reth, romanceable. Reth, age young adult, moved to the village with his younger sister, Tish, works the day shift at the inn, prone to acting before thinking, believes his all-lettuce vegetable soup to be the talk of the town. It really is, truly. Reth is an elf in the world of Palia. He works the day shift at the inn and is prone to acting before thinking. He moved to the village with his younger sister, Tish. He is the cooking skill master. Age, young adult. Culture, elf. Relationships, Tish, sister. Zeki, friends. Gender, male. Marital status, single, romanceable. Occupation, chef at the inn. All right, let's get into it. Okay, Reth, for me, he seems like a really interesting character. I do like his vegetable soup, by the way. You know, personally, I don't know too much about him. I do know he's kind of a klutz when it comes to making food. So I'm gonna go ahead and put him in B tier. I think his character is pretty cool. I actually like him a lot. I think he's very good at making food. He'll get better with time. Okay, he'll get better with time. But for me, he's definitely a B tier. His lettuce soup is, by the way, you should go and try it. It's phenomenal. Anyway, moving on. All right, Sifu. Sifu, age adult. Hassian's mom was a famous monster hunter in her heyday, never skips leg day. Age adult, culture elf. Relationships, Ashura, close friend, Shane, Shep, Hassian's son, gender female. All right, let's do it. Now, unfortunately, I haven't talked to Sifu much. I do know she did mention she was a monster hunter back in the day, which is kind of cool. I think it's a cool backstory. But other than that, she doesn't have much in her backstory. Like, there's not much lore behind her. I do want to know more about those monster hunting stories. I think I'd probably have to talk to her more. But just based off of the fact that she was a monster hunter, I think like she's going to place in the same rank as Hacian, just because I don't know too much about her and her story is kind of lackluster at the moment for me. But yeah, I think that's where she's going to be placed, just because like I don't think being a monster hunter and, you know, the Smith is enough for me, although I do use the anvil a ton. I don't think it's enough for me to place her any higher, so that's where she is going to be placed. But moving on. Tamala scares me, man. She's gonna beat me up and spit me out. I'm scared. All right, Tamala, romanceable. Tamala, age adult, skilled potion maker, lives in Bahari Bay, has the best beauty secrets, occasionally seen with the hunter. Giggity giggity. Tamala is an elven potion maker who lives in Bahari Bay. Befriending her may reward the player with beauty secrets. She has been spotted with the hunter Hacian, who is her former lover, Awuga. Affiliation, Bahari Bay. That's new. Age, adult. Culture, elf. Relationships, Hacian, former lovers. Gender, female. Marital status, single, romanceable. Occupation, potioneer. All right, let's get into it. So personally, I don't know if you've ever been to Bahari Bay and talked to Tamala, but if the first time you talk to her, she really wants you. Like she like, dude, she's basically like she's staring you up and down like she wants you immediately, right? But you can't let that, you know, fool you. All right, don't fall for that, because if you go to her house, dude, if you've ever seen the movie or read the book Hansel and Gretel, she's basically the old witch in the house who wants to eat you for cake, you know, for dessert. Like, Tamala scares me, dude. I'm not a fan of Tamala. So, you know, personally, since I'm a little scared, I'm gonna put her in, C. I think, like, I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna put her in E, because I'm unsure, actually. I'm very unsure of Tamala. She scares me. I'm scared, man. We're moving on. She's scary. All right, anyway. Moving on to Tish. Tish, romanceable. Tish, age, young adult, considers furniture crafting and art. Moved to the village to recover from a health condition. Okay. Loves accessorizing with her flower hair clip, a gift from her brother, the cook. Never has a harsh thing to say about anybody, not even Eshe. Oh, wow. An extraordinary furniture crafter. Tish will help you get started as you decorate your home. Her shop is full of fabulous furnishings to help you adorn your new space. She moved to the village with her brother to recover from a health condition. She is the furniture crafting skill master. Age, young adult. Culture, elf. Relationships, ref, brother. Gel, friends. Gender, female. Marital status, single, romanceable. Occupation, runs a furniture shop. Schedule, wakes up at 6 a.m. and goes to sleep at 12 p.m. That's new. All right, let's get into it. So with Tish, I definitely want to know more about that medical condition, because that sounds very serious, and I would like to know more about her. But she seems very, very nice, and I think personally I'm gonna put her next to Reth and Gel in B tier. I think like she's definitely one of the nicest villagers out there, and I do want to get to know her a little bit more. Probably not in a relationship type of material, but I think like she is up there. She's definitely up there with one of the nicest villagers out in the village, and I think like I need to do more with furniture crafting. I know that, so maybe I'll get to know her more then. But anyway, let's move on. And last, but certainly not least, Zeki. Zeki, culture, Grimalkin, age adult. Runs the general store, close with the chef at the inn. Sometimes peddles questionable goods, the black market. Loves a good joke, probably at your expense. Zeki is the village shopkeeper and supplier of common goods. Looking for more rare and exotic wares? Zeki may have what you need for a price. Age, adult, culture, Grimalkin. Relationships, Ashura, friend, Reth, friend. Gender, male. Occupation, general store, merchant. All right. And Zeki, the last villager we are going to be rating in this tier list. Personally, I think this has been a great tier list so far, but Zeki being the last one, I love Zeki. I give him like a New York accent because I think it's super funny. I'm like, hey, I'm walking here. You know, he's a very cool cat. I think he's really neat. And, you know, I like his black market. I like what he does. He's a very cool guy. So I'm definitely going to be spending more money at his shop, and I'm going to be placing him in S tier. He is definitely like another one of my favorite villagers, other than like Kenyatta and Einar. Definitely one of my favorites of the whole village. I think he's just like, he's a great guy. He's great. And I'd love to get to know him a little bit more and be more friendly, but we'll get there in time. But anyway, guys, that is that is the ultimate tier list for the Palia village. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys do this yourselves. If you guys want to do your own, go ahead and check out that website that I was using, which is unpause.asia. Just look up Introduction to Villagers. It's a very cool site that gives you all the info you need. And if you want to make your own tier list, feel free to either go to a tier list site or go ahead and use Canva. Canva's free, and you can also use a premium version if you want to, but Canva is super awesome. You can make your own tier list like this one. But anyways, guys, that is going to be the video for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you did, as always, I appreciate it a ton, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!